The Snail and the Whale. This is the tale of a snaily snail and a great big humpback whale. This is a rock as black as soot, and this is a snail with an itchy foot. The snail slithered over a rock and gazed at the side and ships in the dock. And as she gazed, he sniffed inside. The sea is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail, said the tiny snail. These are the other snails and the flock, who touched night to the smooth black rock. Said to the snail with edgy foot, be quiet, don't wriggle, stay still, don't talk. But the tiny snail slide and sniff, then cried, I got it, I will hitch a lift. This is the tale of a tiny snail, a silvery shell that looped and curved and said, lift round and around the world. This is the whale who came one night. When the tide was high, the stars are bright. A humpback whale, immensely long, who sang to the snail a wonderful song, with shimmering eyes and coil of flame, and shooting stars and enormous waves. And this is a tale of a humpback whale. He held it out in the star and sea, and said, come, stay with me. This is the sea, so wild and free, that carried the whale and snail on its tail, two towering icebergs and four of lands, with fiery mountain and golden sand. These are the waves that arch and cross, and fold and float, and spray and splash. The tiny snail on the tail of the whale. These are the caves beneath the wave that stripy fish had handily fins, and sharks with heady toothy grins swam round the way, and the snail on its tail. This is the sky, so vast and high, sometimes sunny, sometimes filled into a thunderstorm. It's zigzag lightning, fasting and frightening, the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. And she gazed at the sky, the sea, the land, the waves and the gaze and the golden sand. He gazed and he gazed, and amazed by it all. And he said to the whale, I feel so small. But then came the day the whale lost its way. These are the speedboats running a race, zigging and zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale, his ears filling roar, making him swim too close to the shore. This is the tide slipping away. This is the whale on the beach in the bay. Quick, off the sand, back to sea. I can't move on land, I'm too big, moaned the whale. The snail looked helpless, terribly small. I got it, he cried, and started to crawl. I must not fail, said the tiny snail. This is the bell on the school and the bay, ringing the children from their play. This is the teacher holding her chalk, telling the class, sit straight, don't talk. This is the board, as black as soot. And this is a snail with an itchy foot. A snail, the teacher don't spell. Look, say the children, is leaving a trail. It's a trail of a tiny snail. A silvery trail, say, save the whale. These are the children running in school, fetching the fireman, digging a pool, swatting and spraying to keep the whale cool. This is the tide coming back to the bay. And these are the villagers shouting hooray at the whale and the snail. Travel safely away. Back to the dog and frog on the rock, who said, how time flown and haven't you grown? And the whale and the snail told their wonderful tale of shimmering eyes and call of lamps and shooting stars and enormous waves, and how the snail, so small and frail, but that you be silvery tail, will save the life of the humpback whale. Then the humpback whale held out his tail and on crawled snail after snail after snail, and they sank to the sea as they all set sail on the tail of the big blue humpback whale.